And so we were about to head off, and my 10-year-old son said, will you give this letter to the president, please? And I said, oh, and so I read it, and it was all about gun control and what do you think about the policemen having guns? He said, because in England we don't have that. And what do you think about violence in video games? Because I think it could be quite, naughty. And,
Gosh.
And then he wrote this long, well-reasoned letter, but he asked these specific questions. And at the end he said, if you could get back to me, that would be great. But don't worry if you can't. I'm only 10.
Yeah.
And,
he was just appointed the Home Secretary last week, by the way. They ran out of options. Yeah. Not bad.
So during the course of this day of events at the White House, and there was lots of pomp and circumstance on the lawn and everything, and I asked one of the team there, I said, look, what would be the rules about me handing a letter to the president when I get to meet him in the lineup? Will there be 4 red dots on my head as I do this, And they said, no, it'll be cool. And not only, I had my sort of 15-second chat with him, and I was about to move on, and I said, Mr. President, my son wouldn't forgive me if I didn't at least give you this letter. And he said, well, more than that, we need to have proof. Let's have a photograph.
Oh,
so
nice.
So we got a photograph of me handing the letter. And I thought, well, that's the last I'll hear of it. And blow me down, about 2 months later, this letter arrived. And I opened it with Felix, and we looked at it. It was on White House paper, and it said, Dear Felix, it was a pleasure to meet your dad back in the spring, and it's really important that your generation thinks about the big challenges of the world. And
classy,
I was so touched,
classy,
really classy. And I said, and I was quite overcome with emotion about this, and I said, Felix, that is from the President of the United States of America. He said, yeah, but he hasn't answered the questions.
Oh, boy.